everybody, Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. We are here for some serious confessing today. I am here to confess all of my spending this last month, and it got a little bit out of hand. And we're also going to do some saving challenges. So let's go ahead and hop into this. Let's have some fun. Let's save some money.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
It is time to confess the spending, not only for the last week of May, but for the entire month. I want to start off by explaining, if you're newer to my channel, the spending that you see today is not my normal spending. I did lose my stepfather in April, and thus the finances are quite a bit different because there is some extra money that normally wouldn't be there, which explains some of the spending. So let's go ahead and jump into this. You guys, I'm not trying to justify it. I just want you guys to understand. And if you're not aware, I try to be 100% transparent in everything that I do with you guys. So we are checking in for May 26th through the 31st. We're going to go ahead and start off with Monday. Had to go out of town on Monday. I got a brand new tattoo here, and so you're going to see the spending there. Also had to do some stuff at my stepfather's house. So my husband and I, we started off with Starbucks, and I was so sad that the iced cherry chai is no longer. I ended up getting, an iced chai with lavender foam, and that was pretty good, but nah, I'll probably go back to my other coffee place, but my husband got his coffee, and I love those Gruyere and bacon bites, so I got those. My hubby got a sandwich, so $25.07, pretty dang spendy. Ridley's, this was at home. I had got some milk and stuff like that, $12.47. Had to get fuel in the car for $37.09. Taco Time, this was our dinner right here, $53.43, so I put that under food. I did purchase my son a couple burritos as well. We dropped them off. He's been doing stuff at my stepfather's house for me, so that was a little thank you. Went to Walmart and bought some stuff for my garden, $62.41 and $102.07, and then there's that tattoo. All of these are my sinking funds or my cash envelopes. And then on Tuesday, I went out of town to get my massage. She lives about 30 miles from me, and in that town there is a Subway sandwich shop, so I went ahead and got a meal there for me, $6.91. Got myself a chai tea when I came back home. That massage was $125. On Wednesday, I went to the vet for Athena's checkup after having her surgery, a little bit of oral surgery and some teeth cleaning and stuff. And I got new flea and tick collars for the Yorkies, so that was $218.20. I spent some money on Audible because apparently all of the books that I have on there is not enough. I had to go ahead and buy some new ones. And what it was is one of the shows that I enjoy watching just ended, and I decided I wanted to listen to the book. So I spent $47.83. That got me 5 books. Eyelashes, $75. Another chai tea. I am officially addicted, and no, I'm not worried about it. And then Thursday was a no spend. Whew, thank goodness. On Friday, I went to our local greenhouse, bought some more flowers, $106.08. I may have bought something else on Audible. My friend Drew from Ready Budget Go, he recommended a book about about investing and finances and stuff. So I went ahead and bought that for myself, $8.14. Placed an order on Etsy, $46.78. Pay it forward is what that is. Took the dogs to the groomer, $165. And Saturday, a no spend. Sunday, of course, started June. So 9 no spends. And I hope you guys can see the bottom of this. Let me double check and make sure you guys can. You can. All right, so $1,303.48 for the week. Whoo-wee. Now, let me go ahead and flip this page right here. And here is the June. Isn't that pretty? The blues, pinks, and purples. All right. So here we go. Here are our monthly totals. I do this for myself more than I do it for you guys. I want to see what I spent. I want to be realistic. For the first month ever, this is only my personal spending and not my business spending. So car, $196.60. This was in budget, came out of my wallet. I budget $200. So this was fuel, and there was a lot of traveling going on. Then my healthcare, I had a dentist visit. I also had new eyeglasses, eye appointment, all of that stuff. I spent $1,503.43. That came out of my HSA account. So that was budgeted for. Food, $527.02. This came out of food and prepper pantry. We actually have $600, so we did good there. Me, I spent $468.83. Yeah, I went a little bit crazy. Where my overspending happened was in Kentucky. I took the souvenirs and stuff that I bought out of my money. Didn't have enough. So I had $200 in my wallet. I did save $200 for my tattoo, but I was $68.83 over. For my stepdad, there was some stuff that we've had to purchase that we've had to do. This does not include the trip that we just made. You'll see that in June, and we just spent more money on the house and stuff, but that was $273.12. That was not budgeted at all. Vacay travel, $3,990.05. This came out of the sinking funds, but it was an unexpected trip to the United Kingdom that is going to be happening. Kentucky. And then also there was some other expenditures for future Christmas that got lumped into this as well. My personal care, $275. Sinking funds funded that. Kids, I spent $91.60 on them. I actually budget $100 a month to spend on my kids. Those are my young adult children. Clothes, $95.78. That came out of my sinking fund. Garden, I spent $813.04. Came out of my sinking fund. I had saved quite a bit for my garden in the last month. Pay it forward, $87.78. Came out of my sinking fund. Fun. I have $100 in my wallet for fun. We spent $394. That is mostly concert tickets for a concert in August. And so $294 over. And then pets, $1,648.53 this month on pets. That came out of their sinking fund, but oh my goodness. Gifts, I spent $116.13. That came out of my sinking fund. So we were good there. So I've got my overspends. Vacay travel. The UK trip, this was not planned. This was not budgeted for. However, due to the loss that I had in my family back in April, there is extra money to absorb this trip. And I 100% am so excited to go make memories with my friend Carol and my son Peyton. I went over $68.83. I have no excuses. Fun, $294 over. And then, of course, my stepdad, that stuff was not budgeted. Wins. We got to talk about where we did poorly, but let's talk about where we did good. Food. We stayed in budget for that. The reason why is if I would have listed all the food that was part of vacay and travel, we would have blown it out. But of course, my food budget is just for home. That is generally how I do it. If we're traveling like to my stepdad's house, 100 miles away, something like that, that comes out of the regular budget. But if I'm in Kentucky, the food that I spend in Kentucky is not coming out of my food budget that feeds the family. Car, under budget, which was pretty impressive with all of the gas that I got. And sinking funds saved the budget. You guys are going to hear me say that all the time. Very beginning of starting budgeting is so hard because you don't have the sinking funds that can save your budget. It's so hard, you guys. And I know I've been there. So that is the monthly totals. Let's talk about the total that I'm hiding here. This is the confession. I'm not ashamed of it, but I am surprised at it by how high it is. But look at vacay travel. That's almost $4,000. So myself, and I pretty much, there's a little bit of my husband spending in here, but not much because he has his own budget. $10,480.91. You guys, that's crazy. But like I said, when I break it down, I've got almost $4,000 in travel. So that brings that down to $6,500. Healthcare was $1,500. You take that off, that drops it down to $5,000. Pets was another $1,600. So you start looking at this and it starts, looking a little bit better, right? It starts looking a little bit better, but it is what it is. It's okay. June is a new month and we are here. Let me read the quote for you guys. It says, "Some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Others make it happen." Michael Jordan said that. I loved that quote. I wanted to include it today. Let's go ahead and jump into savings challenges. We have got some extra dollar bills today, you guys, and that is because I got some change for some other things. And so we've got some bucks that we're going to add to our red binder, but we're going to go ahead and start off with our Save 2025 and 2025. This is from my friend Nita at the Almost Organized Owl. We've got our D12 dice. We've got our colored pencils right here. Let's see what we roll and let's pick what we're going to save. So we rolled an 11. It is this one right down here. We're not going to do the very top. We are going to do, let's do 30. 35 is the top one. Let's go ahead and do 30. Now this is scheduled to go to emergency save. And you guys, I've really been thinking about it because emergency save is awfully close to being full, right? But this isn't going to be done for quite some time. Do I take the money that's in here already and go ahead and move it to emergency save? And then whatever else is left out of 2025, I can put towards the next goal, which for the big goal, it's going to be paying the mortgage off. What do you guys think? Well, let me know. Do you think that's a good idea? Let's look and see how much is in 2025, because I don't remember. And you guys know, I sit here and think with you guys quite a bit while I'm filming my videos. So we only have $3 in there. So now we've got 33 cash, but you guys, we do have over $1,100 in the bank. That would help us make our goal sooner, and we'd be able to move on to the next goal. Because if I don't do that, then what's going to happen is I'm going to build my emergency fund with other things, and then this is going to go to something else. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You think this is a good idea? Bad idea? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do 2 rounds of Shut the Box. You guys know I love Shut the Box. All right, let's get some different colors. We're going to do teal. Let's do 2 blue colors, shall we? We're going to do round number 3. Let me grab my pen so I can put it on here. This is all going to my car sinking fund. And my car sinking fund is another goal that I have to get to be quite a bit larger, because I would like to buy my next car completely out of cash. And of course, that takes a lot. Cars are getting so dang expensive, it's not even funny. All right, so we are going to play Shut the Box. We're going to use my mom's dice. I've enjoyed using these dice here. They're a little bit too big for my dice tower, so I set my dice tower aside. We are going to play 2 rounds, like I said. So let's go ahead and roll. We've got to say no whammies, big bucks. So we rolled a 6. We've got another 6. Okay, no more 6s, you guys. No more 6s. We got a 7. How about no whammies, big bucks, a 3. Let's go. How about another 6, 4, and 2. We've got 8 and 9. So we need a combination of 8 or 9, or else we're done. How about a 4? That will not work. So that's a pretty big round to Shut the Box. We've got $17 that we've got to save. So let's go ahead and pull out 17. So 10, 15, 16, and 17. All right, let's go with another round of Shut the Box. Ooh, I missed that. All right, we've got 8. So how about no whammies, big bucks, a 4. And we've got a 9. And we've got a 5. And we've got another 9. So let's go ahead and do 6 and 3. All right, so we've got a 7, a 2, and a 1 left, you guys. And we got a 7. That's right, everybody. So we've got a 2 and a 1 left. I could roll 2 dice if I wanted to, but the chances of getting a 3, a 2, or a 1 are higher if I only use 1 dice. We got a 2. All right, you guys, $1. Nah, we got a 5, so we only owe $1 there. I didn't want to jinx myself, but the last 2 times we played that row, we shut the box. So I was kind of hopeful we were going to do that. And so we are going to start off, shut the box with $18. And of course, we don't put this money in the bank until we go through the whole thing. Now, let's go ahead and go to our red binder. This is not a savings challenge or anything. Well, I guess it kind of is. It's just not a game, right? So if you're not familiar with the bucks, Reinventing Renee created these quite some time ago. And this, of course, depends on where the bills were minted at. And so we've got A bucks, D bucks, and G bucks in here. And I need to grab out my marker. I did not separate these, you guys, but look at, we've got a pretty good stack to add in there. So let's go ahead and separate these out to see where we're at. I was pretty excited when I pulled these out because for me, there's quite a few A bucks in here, which is quite impressive. So A bucks, and there was $100 that I got this out of. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 A bucks going to Australia. And that is a great number. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So $5 more going to our Australia fund. And then we've got D is for diving, and we need a teal marker. So D is for diving / vacation. And how many D bucks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another great amount to go towards something fun. Wrong side. So 8. Wow. Good thing we're not grading me there on how well I dot. And then we have got G is for garden. And we're on teal for that one as well. So teal for garden. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have 2 really big hobbies in life. I've got gardening in the summer, and I've got Christmas in the winter. Now, I do enjoy doing other things, but that is what I consider my 2 expensive hobbies. All right, so there's our bucks. So that's done. Now we're going to go ahead and play 21. And we are going to, let's see, if we save less than $10 on the first round, we're going to play 2 rounds. So 21, let's go ahead and use the dice tower. Let's use these 2 black and white dice here. We are trying to get as close to 21 as we can without going over. So let's see what we get. So we've got a 4 plus a 9 is 13 plus 3 is 16. I'm going to stay at 16. I stayed at 15 last time and the dealer beat me. So let's see. We've got 5 for the dealer. 3 is 8 plus 9, 17. The dealer won again. We're only going to play 1 round because this means I have to save $16. So 10, 15, and 16 going into my Dicetropolis envelope. And this is going towards emergency fund as well. So 3 more games for 21. And then I'm hopeful that we'll have Dicetropolis 2 that we can get started on. All right, let me put that aside. And speaking of getting new stuff, I have a couple, well, I've got more than a couple brand new challenges. Let me grab the other 2 out really quick. I want to show you guys the new challenges that we have got that have officially launched. And I just launched 2 of them just right before I started filming this video. I am filming this video a day early, so all of this will be up for you to see. But let's start off with the monthly challenge for the month of June. And this is the Michael Jordan quote. I already read it to you guys. I loved it. I didn't know I was going to show you this challenge. We're doing it now. This is a $100 scratch off savings challenge. $5 to $15 amounts. These are what I consider my budget savings challenges. So every single month I create one of these. They're a $4 challenge. You get a front and you get a back. You always get a scratch off and you get something else fun. On the back, we've got a $35 mini save. So this one is easy. All you do is just color in the circles. And of course, I've got it labeled June, but you can do it for anything you want. So that's the June challenge. And you guys, then we've got our newest character, Ozzy. This is Ozzy right here. And he came in a package from Australia from my friend Taylor Louise Budgets. So this is Ozzy, the Australian Bandit. And Ozzy has this little wanted poster and it says reward and it doesn't say how much. So this amount around here is the reward for catching Ozzy. And it says turn over for more details. This artwork right here is original artwork from my sister-in-law over at 307 Design Studio. This is not AI. This is her artwork. So this is our little Ozzy the Bandit. And then we're going to flip it over. And here it tells you a little bit more about Ozzy. It says Ozzy, the Australian Bandit, is known as a savings bandit. Ozzy came to the U.S. via an Australian package from Taylor Louise Budgets. So Ozzy's wings, I had to put them in. And so this came out of a Kinder egg, right? And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but in the U.S., you can't have toys in the Kinder eggs. So that's why he's a bandit. He came here and he came, you know, he kind of stashed himself in a Kinder egg. So he's been a lot of fun. And it says, Ozzy is wanted by banks and credit card companies for helping people get out of debt and save money. So this is a $40 color and save. So you just color in the 2 little dollar amounts. This can be anytime you want to use it. And then you guys, June is my birthday month. And because June is my birthday month, I created a couple new savings challenges this time. We have got Fred Jr. here with his little party hat present, some balloons, and a $100 savings challenge for a birthday. I love doing birthday savings challenges because I truly believe that everybody should save for birthdays if they celebrate them. Because it's one of those things that you know are coming up. So if you've got a sinking fund, why not do challenges to get that amount? So that's a $100 one. And on the back is a birthday roll color and save. So each present, you get to pick how much you want the presents to be. Like for me, a lot of times I'll pick $5. So if I did $5, it would be 10, 20, 30, 35 for that part. And then roll and save the circles. Roll your dice, fill in the amount. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 circles to fill in as well. And you can see these have polka dots and they do match the colors on the other side. And last but not least, we've got What a Birthday. This is What the Duck. And this is original artwork. So is Fred Jr. again from my sister-in-law. If you notice that these challenges are more than like my budget challenges, it's because my sister-in-law gets a commission for everything that you buy that has her artwork on it, which I believe she deserves because she has created this art for me. Now, this is What a Birthday. This is a $200 savings challenge, you guys. So they've got some spicy numbers under there, but I think a $200 savings challenge for a birthday is appropriate. I don't think that amount is crazy to spend on a birthday. And so What a Birthday. And on the back side, we have got a fun challenge that is Build Your Birthday Creation. And so on this, let's do this really quick. We're not going to save the money, but I'm going to show you guys how it works. So the first thing is it says roll a die to see what kind of birthday treat you will create. And it says roll as many times as you would like to complete your creation. So if you want one base, but you want a couple fillings, you want 2 fillings, you can do that. It says pay the dollar amount next to the die or pay blank per birthday creations. So right here, like if you roll a 1, you save $1, 2, save $2, 3, save $3. I didn't want it to go any higher than 3. So 4, you save $3, 5, $2, and 6, $1. So let's go ahead and do this. So 2, so we've got a sugar cookie, so that would be $2. We are going to fill it with lemon curd. So that would be another $2. So that would be $4. Our topping is going to be cream cheese frosting, and that would be $3. So we're now at $7. And our extras are, we're going to top it with marshmallows, and that is $1. So $8. So our birthday creation is a sugar cookie filled with lemon curd with cream cheese frosting and marshmallows on top. So that's how those work, and it's fun. This is something fun for you to do with your children if your children are trying to learn how to save or anything, especially with these small amounts. And if you didn't want these amounts, like I said, just roll through and maybe you'll save $5 for every birthday treat that you do. And you get to see what all the fun creations are. So those are my 4 newest challenges. I had to show you guys because I'm super excited about the new challenges. It's been a while since I've had time to design, and I'm super excited that I have been able to. So we have got our June book. Now, you would have seen this if you watched yesterday's 10-Minute Monday. So 10-Minute Monday, we had just started this book. So I don't expect that we're going to be able to complete any of the envelopes. I did shuffle the envelopes around. They're not in the same order. The envelopes came from Janelle Ray Budgets, as always. So if you're interested in this type of binder and envelopes, make sure you go check out her Etsy. If you don't see what you want, go ahead and send her a message. All right, so we need heads or tails. We need a D10, and we're going to need we're going to use this dice for our roll and save. Let's see, what else do we need? We need our scratch off tool. We need our vacuum. I think we're ready. Do you guys think we're ready? Let's go ahead and get started. All right, we've got 10. Number 10 is only allowed to be filled 1 time per video. Number 10, I am saving for Mr. Snow Gardener, for my hubby. I'm going to do something for him. I don't know what yet, but that is what I've decided. So we're going to put in $7. So 5, 6, and 7. And let me look at something really quick. Let's do a quick cash exchange. We're going to take those 2 10s and throw a 20 in there. I don't have a lot of 20s, but I knew that that one needed a 20. So now if I roll a 10 again, I'm going to pick something else. And we've got 4 and tails. So we've got 4 and tails. Ooh, and this is a roll and save, and we didn't do this one the last time. And so we've got $2 going into the roll and save. And this is for Cancer. And when we do that challenge, I'll read it to you guys. And of course, that's for your astrological sign. And we've got 7 in heads. So 7 in heads. We didn't do this one either. Let your light bloom. Oh, dragonflies. I've never lived anywhere where there are dragonflies. So it's just one of those things. So double or skip. We're going to go ahead and double. We're going to scratch this one right here next to it. So $6. So we're going to be saving $12. And I do love that Janelle says double or skip. You know, if it's not in your budget and you just want to skip it, no big deal. So $12. So 10, 11, and 12. 1 through 8, as a reminder, are going to my emergency fund. Number 9 is going to my chai tea addiction. So I've got 1 and 2. I said that every time I rolled, I would pay $2 per sticker and fill it twice. And for some reason, I wrote coffee on there. I don't drink coffee. All right, and so 9, we need $4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we can't roll 9 or 10. So if we roll those, we get to pick another one. And so we've got 8 and heads. And this one we are coloring for June. And I have decided to color 2, but only pay $1 for each. Because that's what I wanted to do. And it's my challenge. And you know what they say, you can do whatever the heck you want when it's your stuff. $2. I decided to lower on this one a little bit because I don't have as much sinking fund money running through my budget as I normally do. I might subsidize sinking funds through some money in like my savings account that's not for emergency save or anything like that, but we'll see. All right, I've got 6 and heads. This is supposed to be a no spend challenge, but I don't ever do it that way. And you know what, you guys, instead of doing $2 a day, because I just told you, we're going to do $1 a roll, and we're going to do 2. So we're still going to put $2 in there, but we're going to mark off 2 numbers. This will make this a little bit more affordable. We won't save as much money, but it will allow us to finish this challenge a little bit easier. We've got 5 in heads. Let's go ahead and do a roll and save. We got $1, one whole dollar going in there. And we've got another 5 in heads. Let's do another roll and save. What the heck? And we've got $3. We're going to have to scratch the next time. Or maybe I should be doing those and do all the roll and saves and then all the scratch offs. All right, we've got 7 in tails. 7 in tails is a cute little scratch off with a silly little goose. It says silly goose on the loose. And so we've got $6, so 5 and 6. All right. And we have got 6 in tails. 6 in tails is a roll and save. And we've got $3. So 1, 2, and 3. And we've got 6 in heads, which of course we're going to do $2 more for, but we're running low on 1. So we're going to take $3 from here and grab a 5. There we go. That gives us a few more 1s. We've got 10. Now we get to pick whatever we want for 10. And I want to do the back of 8. I don't know why. I just want to. So let's go ahead and do this one. So $4 there. $4. Let's go ahead and grab $1 and grab a 5. Make our life easier. There's a 10 again. Let's go ahead and do the back of 6. Just picking random ones right now. So that is $3 more for that one. And yes, we're going to take the $7 and grab one of these 10s and put it in there. And we've got 9, which we've already done. Let's do number 1 because 1 doesn't have a lot. Wow, this lid just fell off of my container. All right, I almost tried to grab a marker, but it would be hard to scratch this off with a marker. So $4 there for number 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Those dice don't want to go. We've got 4 in tails. 4 in tails is the roll and save. And $3 more going for that. And let's go ahead and swap that out for a 5, shall we? It's going to make our cash exchange at the end very easy. We've got 4 in heads. Oh, good. We haven't done that one yet. So this is Cancer. It says protective, loving, faithful, creative, emotional, and spontaneous for a Cancer. And let's see what we've got. We've got $1 there. And of course, this book does have a strawberry theme, which is so cute and so so June-ish. Speaking of strawberries, I may have like 15 pounds of strawberries sitting in my freezer right now or in my fridge that I need to process. So that's on the to-do list for today. I'm going to be making some strawberry jelly. If you guys are ever interested in grocery hauls, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of canning, stuff like that, you're going to want to go check out my Snow Gardener 307 channel. It's the same spelling, everything. It just doesn't say budgets. So that's my second channel. And I just barely put up a grocery haul on there, and it's been a long time since I've done that. So I am excited to get back into the creative space for that channel because it's one that I really enjoy. I just need to try to get life settled down if at all possible so that I can do what I want. Life sometimes just doesn't cooperate with us. So we've got 8 and tails. I always thought that I would be less busy once I retired, but life is laughing. Life is laughing at me right now. 2 more dollars. Uh-oh, you guys, we don't have any ones. Okay, 10. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do, what is that? 7 and heads. So we're going to do 7 and heads instead of 10. So we need $4. The good news is I've got a 1 right here, so I can put the 5 here. Now, let's double check. Do we have enough? Nope, we don't have enough to do it again. I was hopeful, but all right, let's see what we get. We've got 8 and heads. So 8 and heads, we're going to color 2 of these, and we're going to put in $2. So 1 and 2. So $2, and I think, yes, we can do this. Oh, yes, we're going to do $2, so we're going to put this $8 back. We're going to grab the 10. That was a blessing right there. There's a 10 again. Let's see there. We haven't colored a strawberry. Where are the strawberries at? I can't remember what challenge is what. Here we go. I want to do the back of 3. Look at how cute these strawberries are. These strawberries are $5 a piece, and I have been trying to color these fairly nicely instead of doing the scribbling like I've done on the last few books. But I just think this strawberry is so pretty with this pink and this green, and I have set those colors aside so that I remember what colors they are because I want them to be all matchy-matchy and pretty. All right, so $5 for that one. All right, we've got a few bucks left. What are we going to do? 2 and tails. So this one is $2. And we shall put the $2 here, 1 and 2. All right, we're going to keep pressing our luck. We've got 4 and heads, and that is another scratch off. We're going to go over on this side, and we've got $2 over there. So 1 and 2, but actually, let's go ahead and put $3 back and grab the 5. Okay, so that means we have $5 left. Let's press our luck, and we've got 3 and tails, and guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's right, you guys. So we get to color another strawberry, and we had exactly the right amount of money. I love that. I try to avoid IOUs as much as I can, just mainly because I forget that I have them, and I haven't used IOUs in so long, it's not even funny. And Mr. Snow Gardener tries not to use them as well. Speaking of Mr. Snow Gardener, I am excited to let you guys know that he will be filming some savings challenges. So in one of the next videos you guys see, you're going to see Mr. Snow Gardener doing his savings challenges. All right, you guys, that is it for me today. We are going to go ahead and do a cash exchange, but that's it for the video. So until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.